part of a healthy lifestyle means that you occasionally get to eat treats. And you know, part of a healthy lifestyle means you get to make those treats yourself, because what we get in the shops isn't always really good for you. So Dill's going to show us today how to make a homemade ice cream, but with a trick to it. So instead of having to churn the ice cream in an ice cream machine like we did in a previous episode, we're going to add dry ice, and you're going to have ice cream in an instant. And we're going to talk through how that's done. Over to you.
Cool. So today we're going to be doing a miso, maple, and ginger ice cream. And I'm going to finish that with a dark chocolate and toasted sesame bark. Okay,
brilliant. And also what we're going to do as we go along is give you options if you want to make this a really low-carb option, low-carb version. How to take out the sugars, what to add in place of the sugars. We can even up the protein in some places. But let's just get started with the basics and get that taste going and the technique, which is really important.
Very easy recipe. In a nice heavy dish, we're going to add a tin of coconut cream. That's quite easy. A tablespoon of miso paste.
And miso being your fermented soybean, it's also very high in protein, but it gives it a little bit of a salty, sort of balances the sweetness out.
Definitely, yeah. And it's very unconventional in desserts, but it really works well when all the flavors come together from the maple and the ginger and the miso. It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, so using maple syrup.
Maple syrup, yeah.
Proper maple syrup, not
real
maple syrup, flavored syrup, which is different. That's just golden syrup with the maple flavor. It's golden syrup with flavor.
And with this is actually original from Canada.
From a tree, and it's a less processed sweetener, so a bit better for you. But if you are really wanting to go lower carb, you could use a xylitol syrup. What I would do if I wanted to up the protein but lower the sugars, I'd add a scoop of whey powder.
I'm just going to do a little smidgen of vanilla. So this is just some vanilla extract. Vanilla and ice cream always go well. And it's just a drop in there. It just cuts through the fattiness as well from the coconut.
So it's classic flavors, and this is definitely plant-based because we're not using dairy. And you can use dairy, you can use normal cream, but this is just sort of more of a plant-based version.
And then what I'm going to do, I've got some tablespoon of tapioca flour mixed in with a bit of water, and that's going to add thickness and also mouthfeel.
Okay.
And I mean, that's essentially how quick it is. You mix all your ingredients into a heavy pan. We're just going to bring this to a boil, literally to melt the miso, and then that's your base of your ice cream done.
And that's how you'd make ice cream typically, as a sort of what you call a custard.
So you would make your custard base, and then you would cook that and then put it into an ice cream machine to churn.
So from my perspective, I always thought that dry ice was not liquid nitrogen. I thought, how can you possibly put that in food? But it's carbon dioxide. So it's a solidified form of carbon dioxide. It's exactly what you breathe out. So yes, you can eat it.
Cool, so now everything's been amalgamated, nice on the stove. We're literally going to pour this into the mixer and add some dry ice, and that's how easy it is.
Okay, and the ginger, where does that come in?
So what I've done with the ginger, you can buy candied ginger peel and just chop that up. I've just made some myself, so I've just done ginger that I've cooked down with a bit of sugar syrup, sugar and water, and that's going to add into the ice cream as it's cooling down. Secret ingredient.
All right, so this, I mean, dry ice, anyone can get hold of
most
dry
places,
ice.
You can find dry ice. It's very cold, so you just be careful with kids because it is very cold, minus 78 degrees.
Let's get it into the ice cream.
Let's get this.
Okay. And you just pour it in as you go. Wow.
As you go.
Brilliant.
And this brings in a bit of theatre into the mix.
That's gorgeous. Look at that. It's like a party on your table. So how do you know when it's safe to eat?
And most of the CO2 will be evaporated off it. But what I tend to do is I'll put it into a freezer-proof container, stick it in the freezer for 20 minutes, and then it's good to go.
And how much dry ice would you need?
About half a kilo.
Okay.
It's good because it evaporates so quick.
And you can do this without a machine as well. You can do it with a whisk. While it's blending, you're going to add the ginger in?
That's correct, yeah. Just a quick tip with your dry ice, when you get it, it comes in pellets like this, and I like to just blitz it up into a powder. It's just easier to use and quicker.
Yeah, it'll take a long time
It's going to take much longer to break that down.
Mash it up in a blender or hammer it or...
Exactly, yeah, just a rolling pin and a bag, that will work well as well. And that's how quick and easy it is.
That's amazing. Brilliant. Non-dairy, healthier option for you, ice cream. So our ice cream's ready.
That's it.
And we want to make it look beautiful. So Dylan is a chocolatier. Will you tell us how to make your own chocolates?
Well, I haven't made my chocolate from scratch, but this is just a really good quality store-bought chocolate. Anything over 55% is obviously the darker the better. So all we've done we haven't gone crazy on tempering chocolate, because that's something you would have to do with a good quality chocolate with the cocoa butter, is actually tempering the chocolate to get a good shine. So I just got a double boiler, just some water, and I've melted the chocolate in there. Once it's melted, you can take it off the stove, and we're essentially going to just on a steel tray, or I've just got some acetate or PVC plastic that we're going to just spread some of that on and sprinkle some sesame seeds.
Okay, and it'll peel right off there. You don't need
It's going to peel right off. Yeah, you're going to stick it in the freezer. Essentially, it's just going to bring that temperature down really quickly. So
okay, and it's as easy as that.
That's it.
Then how long you'll put that in the freezer?
So you're going to put it in the freezer for 5 minutes, essentially, just to let it cool. And then when we plate up everything, you'll see the final dish. This is the one that we made earlier, just so they could set up, and you can see exactly what it looks like. That's just the disc, nice, thin, very really thin. It's going to melt it for you if you hold it, but
really quickly.
So we're going to just plate up now. Literally take the ice cream straight out of the bowl.
Wow, look at that! In 5 minutes, you've got something that looks like gelato.
Exactly, and it tastes like gelato. It's quite amazing. So.
Yep, if you want to wow your friends, this is the way to go.
And then what I like to do, just to add a little bit of crunch, just some raw cacao nibs, super high in antioxidants. And that's it, easy peasy, 5-minute ice cream.
So who knew ice cream could be made so quickly? And you can use any ingredients with dry ice. And you can use sorbets, you can use traditional ice cream recipes, and you can have amazing ice cream ready in 10-15 minutes.
That's it.
So you can indulge your sweet tooth healthily and bring some theatre to your life. Just be careful with the dry ice. Take some photos, let us know what you're making.